Good morning. For me, it's morning. Got another full day of junk removal planned. This video is going to be a little different than the WeHaul main channel. I got my camera chest mount strapped, so if you're wondering what that is. The time is 8:40, and I woke up at 6:30 originally and told myself I'm not doing this. Didn't have to be to the job till 9. That kind of leads me into what I'm going to be talking about in this video, and that is everyone should start a business. That is my very strong opinion. So stay tuned. I'll show you some action with junk, and I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you exactly why I think everyone should start a business. I'm going to be covering 3 reasons why I believe everyone should start their own business. The first one is you get to be your own boss. Another day, another day. Good morning.
Good morning. You want to back up a little closer so you don't have to...
Yeah,
Or are you going to throw it in like that?
I'll take a look at what you got, but I can definitely back up further if it's easier. Being your own boss. First reason to start your own business. No one's gonna tell you what to do. No one can tell you what to do. A shovel keeps the bags. Gotta have the toilet paper ready just in case. Drink too much coffee one day. You gotta pull over side of the road. You gotta make your own schedule. You gotta make the calls. You get to decide when you go on vacation. But that's great. You have to keep in mind the other side of the spectrum. It's up to you to do all this stuff right. Okay, what do we got here? All this stuff?
This stuff right here.
Okay.
That's it over here in this thing.
Okay.
And then maybe this pail.
All right. I might scrap some metal. But with being your own boss comes responsibility, and you have to be able to do these things, make a good schedule so that you're being effective and efficient. Take a responsible amount of time off. Yeah, there we go. So that you're making money, you're not losing money, and you're not screwing off. But with great responsibility comes opportunities. The more responsibilities you have, the more opportunities you have in life. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. I will give you a good recommendation, so.
Awesome.
Hopefully everything works out good for you.
Yes, thank you. Hopefully you enjoy your new place. But as I was saying, with great responsibility, which you're gonna need that's the other side of the spectrum. Yes, it's nice. It's nice to be your own boss. That it is. That's the point of this video. That's one of the benefits of owning your own business. But you need to be responsible, you need to have more responsibility, and that does not mean that you can't have fun doing things. This is fun. The second reason why I think having your own business is for everyone is because you have control over how much money you make. I worked for someone, and not trying to knock this business, they were helping people out with addiction and stuff like that, but my position was just an entry-level technician, accounting technician, and if you were good throughout the year, you get your 3% raise. I was making $18 an hour. 3% of that, I was making $17 an hour, and right when I left, I got the raise to $18 an hour for my last paycheck. So 3% of that is nothing. If you're self-employed, you have control over that. This goes back to being responsible though. You need to be responsible with your money, with your business. But if you get the hang of things, and you will get the hang of things after being in business, sticking with it, making good decisions, you have control over how much money you make. When you're starting out in a business, of course, you're going to be making like $15, $20 an hour just starting out. I mean, depending on what kind of business you have, you can either triple that in the first month, or it'll take a year or 2 years to triple that, double it. I'm just throwing out random numbers. I'm not saying you're going to triple or double your income. I'm saying that's up to you. The power of that is once you start to leverage things, leverage your time, finding a good community, a good crew to work with you, you're going to start doubling, tripling, 10xing your income. So on the other side of this spectrum is, once again, responsibility. It all comes back to responsibility. You're just going to hear that over and over again. That's really the only negative. I'm not even going to say it's a negative. That's the only downside, is if you're not a responsible person. That's something you have to work on first before you can do this, or learn as you go, but know that it's going to be a growing and learning process. All right, I just unloaded some metal. Let's go get paid for that. I'm guessing $10. $10, and I didn't free up a whole lot of space in my trailer, so this one maybe wasn't worth it a whole lot.
Lady said too that said, you need to get rid of that, and it's like, no.
Not too bad.
Well, it's a good thing you're tall.
Yeah.
But, let's see.
Awesome.
100.
Awesome. You don't need change or anything?
No,
Okay.
No, get yourself a coffee.
Awesome. Appreciate it. So that brings me to the third and most important reason why you should start a business, why you should be self-employed. And that is time. If you're watching this, chances are you're a human being just like me, and you only have a certain amount of time on this earth. Being self-employed not only provides you flexibility with scheduling things and vacation time, but the most important one is time. You have the power to control your own time while being self-employed. That is so big. Time is the most valuable asset to each and every one of us. Whether you know it or not, whether you observe that fact is on you, but so being self-employed, I haven't had to ask someone to take off work, and then I get to choose like what I do with my time. Okay, I'm working these hours today. I'm not working these hours today. I'm gonna catch up on my laptop work today. I'm going to work till 6 p.m. today. I'm going to work till 2 p.m. today. I'm going to work a little bit on Saturday. I'm not going to work Saturday. I'm going to take tomorrow off, and I'm not going to ask anybody. I'm not actually going to do that, but I'm just giving you examples of controlling your own time and what it means, and no one's going to tell you what to do with your time. It is completely up to you. And maybe that's scary to some people, but to me, it is not scary. I'm not some crazy wealth guru who makes $1 million a year in junk removal, but I live comfortably enough, and I was able to go on 2 trips to Europe this year. One was 12 days and one was 5 weeks, because I have a business, because I'm self-employed, because I control my time. I have control over my time. So if you're working for someone, you don't have your own time. You are on their time. You're doing what they say, and you're basically controlled by, like I said, their time. That is the drawback to not being self-employed. You know, the other 2 things that I gave you guys, you could counter them with, okay, but you need to be responsible. And that applies to time too, but essentially in your free time, you can do whatever you want. It just depends on how efficient and effectively you work. I mean, if you really like to play video games, you can make your living being self-employed and then go play video games in your free time, right? You could potentially work 4 hours a day, make your same salary that you're making at your 9-to-5 job, and then have that much more time to play video games if that's what your heart desires. or you can go to the gym, or you can read a book, or the options are endless, or you could work more and increase your salary, and in turn buy more of your time, keep buying more of your time. Because the first two things that I mentioned, okay, you don't need to ask when to take off work, but then you need responsibility to not abuse that power. And then number two, you can make as much money as you want. So the time thing, and this plays in, because if you keep making more and more money, you essentially are sacrificing now to buy time later. And you will essentially have more time in your later years if you're choosing to work more, work for yourself, improving your skills, improving your business. You'll have more time later in life if you use these extra earnings, this extra salary to invest into things and assets, in turn buying more and more and more time. It's kind of a wicked cycle because you're sacrificing your own time for a potential payout of more time in the future for free time, but it's worth it, in my opinion. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to throw in a little bit of action in this video so it wasn't completely boring, but this is a day in the life of my business, and this is why I think everyone should own a business and everyone should work for themselves. I gave you 3 good reasons, so go out and do it. Today is as good of a day as any to start your own business, to work for yourself. So just start today. Comment below if you've ever thought about starting your own business. Comment below if you disagree with any of the reasons that I gave you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.